I'm Tim Laird with Kevin Harned, and we're ready to reveal more secrets of Bluegrass chefs.
Well, that's right, Tim. In fact, the chef from Gander right here in Louisville is with us today. He's making what some will say are the best pork chops in town. We'll reveal the secrets to what makes it so good.
Plus, how to make the perfect crab cake and a Creole-style sauce to go with it. Also, Kevin, we're going to be taking a field trip to the Gander behind the bar where they make some excellent cocktails, and I found one made with bacon-infused bourbon.
Wow, that is delicious.
It's Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs before this live studio audience, and it starts right now. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Kevin Harned, right here at our home base at Bourbon Barrel Foods in the Butchertown Market. You are in for a great show today. On our show, we're proud to have Chef Nick Platt with us from Gander in East Louisville. Gander is an American grill that serves both coastal and inland favorites. For meat lovers, you can't beat the pork chop with warm peach chutney. And today, we're getting the secrets to making it ourselves. And for fans of seafood, how about crab cakes with roasted red pepper remoulade sauce? We'll share the secrets to that, too. But first, say hello to my co-host, America's CEO, our Chief Entertaining Officer, Tim Laird.
Hello, Kevin!
Hello, Timmy.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Great. I'll tell you, I'm fired up because look at this audience.
Oh.
Are they wonderful? I mean, incredible.
Well, we're just getting started. You're already having fun, right? We're early in the show, but wait until they see the secrets that we're about to share today.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited for this first one. I mean, pork chop, people are raving about this dish at the Gander.
We've both been there. We're big fans.
We are huge fans.
And the pork chops are unbelievable.
And we're going to show you the secrets to that.
I'm looking forward.
Or at least I know the chef well. So anyway, it's a great day to be in Kitchen Studio, everybody, because we have a wonderful chef. He's going to show us the secrets to this incredible pork chop they do at the Gander. And anyway, please welcome Chef Nick Platt.
Tim, very excited to be
Chef,
here.
how are you?
Chef,
Good to see you.
You
Yeah.
too, my friend.
All right.
I'll tell you what, people rave about this pork chop, and you're going to show us the secrets to that, so I'm
I am
excited
indeed.
about that. And you've been around a while chefing. I know Gander's fairly new, but before that, where were you, Chef?
Before that, I was over at El Camino on Bardstown Road.
Know it well.
Oh, yeah.
And then went to Doc's Cantina for a little bit. And then I found the great guys over at Gander and really happy to be there.
It's a good home. I know you're happy there. You got a good crew. We've been in there several times, and you're just hitting it out of the park almost every day and night. So it's phenomenal what you're doing.
Yeah, glad to hear it.
The pork chop tends to stand out. I mean, everybody's talking about this pork chop you make
It's a
at the
big
end.
favorite.
What makes it stand out?
So what really makes it stand out is we brine it for 24 hours, which really ensures that it's nice and juicy. It's an excellent product from our good friends over at Cisco. It's a prime chop with excellent marbling all the way through. And then we top it with our peach chutney that really just sets it off.
That'll work. That'll work. So I guess we can
You
start
want to
cooking,
get started?
Chef.
Let's take a gander.
All right.
Let's get that, Tim.
You were just waiting for that. I know how. Way to get it in.
All right.
I had to beat you to it.
I know. All right. So, Chef, we're starting out with a hot pan.
Yeah, starting out with a hot pan, a little bit of oil, and we're going to go ahead and get this chutney working. First, I'm going to throw in our onions, garlic, and ginger.
Oh, that's great. And chutney's kind of a
Yeah.
southern kind of cuisine type thing or sauce
Yeah,
that
it's
people use.
originally a sauce that comes from India,
Right.
typically with fruit and heavy spices. So you want to start off with your onions and garlic just to get that rawness off of them, get them a little tender. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the apple cider vinegar. And then the rest of the ingredients. We got our peaches right here.
Nice.
I love peaches, too.
I do too.
And some cranberries. And that is it.
That's
We'll
all.
let this cook down.
Does that take long? So if we're doing this at home, how long would it take to cook down, Chef?
I would say probably about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Now, while this is cooking down, I'm going to go ahead and start searing a pork chop.
And I like the idea is that since it's been, what'd you call it, not marinated, but brined overnight.
Just a very simple brine too. All we did is pretty much 1 tablespoon of salt to 1 cup of warm water. Wait until it dissolves, and just throw it right over top.
All right,
Let it
that's
sit
a
for one
great
day.
idea.
What are you putting on top?
This is a mixture of cumin and coriander. And it's going to give it a really nice crust on the outside. All right.
Now, Tim,
So,
you do a
got
lot of
this
cooking. Do
pan
you make
good
pork
and
chops?
hot.
I do, but it's one of those things I don't do all the time, but when I do it, I go, oh my gosh, I got to put this on rotation a little bit longer. And I like this idea too because you liberally put a lot of it on there because someone's going to cook off in the pan, but you do get that nice crust that's on the outside, so you get that little crust, and then it's going to be still moist on the center.
So now that we got the pork chop in the pan, it's probably going to take about 1 to 2 minutes to get a hard sear.
And we're just searing it to hold in the juices? Is that the deal behind that?
Yeah, so we're
Get that
gonna,
crust?
Yeah, get a nice sear on it, and then we're going to finish it in the oven.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is let it go for 1 to 2 minutes on this side, and the pan with that residual heat is still going to be hot enough. So once I turn it, I'm going to throw it into the oven. It'll take about 10 minutes to cook to a perfect medium well.
Oh, perfect.
Excellent.
And magic of TV, I have one that is about to come out right now. Yeah, we go for a 12-ounce single bone in.
Look at that.
And our chutney is about a minute away. Once I stir this sugar in, it will be perfect.
Yeah, already it's thickening up. So.
It is. Yeah, it doesn't take long. And you really don't want to overcook the peaches because then they'll just fall apart. I like to get some good chunks of fruit right on top of that pork chop. So, since I had that pork chop brined, it's going to have a really nice flavor. And I didn't want to add too much salt on the outside. But since we are here in the Bourbon Barrel Studios, this is a good opportunity to use the bourbon smoked sea salt. It's going to give it a little bit of bourbon and smoke flavor. Excellent for finishing dishes. Throw a little bit of that right on top.
A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah. All right. Now we can see that our chutney is thick and our onions are starting to look translucent. That's a good sign that our sauce is done.
We'll move this over for you, Chef.
Oh, that'd be excellent. Thank you.
It'll look good.
Wow.
And right here, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of rosemary.
That looks delicious, Chef. I think the audience agrees.
Thank you.
But we're not finished. We have more secrets to share, right?
Yes, we do. We're going to start these crab cakes here in a minute.
Crab cakes coming up. Tim, and you've got a secret too. You made a trip to Gander.
I did make a trip to Gander. We're going to take a little field trip. I went behind the bar and discovered a great cocktail that we're all going to find out how it's made.
We'll look forward to sharing that. We'll get to the crab cakes as well when we come back. You're watching Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're back after this.
Not bad. Oh, are you kidding me? Out of the park.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We hope you are enjoying the creations of Chef Platt from Gander. Abby is here. It's nice to see you.
Pleasure, Kevin. Thank you.
From Elizabethtown. I know that.
City.
Yeah, right. I know that area very well, and we're glad you're here. You got a group of 6 of you
Thank
here
you.
tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Listen, you've been selected as our lucky studio audience member to come up and take a taste. So I'm really curious because I am a huge peach fan and I love pork chops, but I want you to take a taste. I want you to tell us how Chef Platt did. So you ready for
Thank
this? Yeah, you're welcome. We've got the chutney on top. Again, it had the peaches, put in some of the flavors of the onions, poured it on top, the pork chop. Hear a little crunch there. Yeah?
Extremely, I love the texture of the crust. Very, very flavorful.
Yeah?
Extremely.
Nice. And the chutney?
Chutney is wonderful. I love the peaches. I love the shape of the peaches and the color of the cranberries with it as well.
Yeah, let's take a taste and see how that tastes. Because there was more than just the peaches in there. There was a lot of flavor going on in that dish. Stuff I
You can taste each thing. The onions, you can taste the sweetness from the sugar.
Right.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Very pleasant.
Abby, thanks for being
Thank
here.
you,
We
Kevin.
appreciate that. Very nice. Awesome. If you want to be a studio audience member like Abby or everybody else, that's easy to do. MintJulepTours.com is the place to go. We're proud partners with them in our show, and they certainly fill up our studio here each and every week. Tim, What a great crowd we have. Abby, one of the many out there, but she just gave Nick 2 thumbs up.
I saw that, and a big smile, Nick. I was watching Chef over here. He was going, great. Yeah, did it again. You know, and you can see they have great food at the Gander, but also they have great cocktails as well, Kevin. I had a chance to take a field trip and ended up behind the bar.
Oh, imagine that.
Behind the bar, not in front this time, but with one of their head mixologists, and they did an incredible job with this cocktail. I'm behind the bar here at the Gander, and I'll tell you what, I love it here because number one, they've got a great selection of wines, craft beers, and of course, homemade syrups, and an array of bitters. There's also a fine craftsman behind the bar, and his name is Ryan Day. Hello, Ryan.
How's it going?
I knew you were a great mixologist because I saw your tools earlier. I thought, this guy knows what he's doing.
We do all of our house-made syrups. We do our own bourbon cream. We do a lot of smoked cocktails.
And this one's called the Colonel Clark, right?
Colonel Clark.
After the bridge or the Colonel?
After the Colonel. That's right. George Rogers Clark.
George
is actually who
Rogers
it's named
Clark
after.
is the namesake. So where do we start on the Colonel Clark, Ryan?
Well, when we start building, we start with the cheapest ingredients first.
Okay.
So we'll do 2 dashes of Fee Brothers old-fashioned bitters. So then here we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of dim syrup. And then we're going to do 2 ounces of the bacon-infused Old Forester.
There we go. That's looking good already.
We're going to ice it up. So we're going to stir that up. This is a built cocktail, so we're going to build it the glass we serve it.
And that's interesting. You said you start with the least expensive ingredients first and work your way up to the most expensive.
Absolutely.
And then,
because we're not perfect, and we make mistakes.
if you make mistakes on the inexpensive ones, it's okay. That's
we'll just toss it, start again.
Oh, got it.
That's right.
And by the way, that was a precision stir there, right? You have a saying?
It's about 30 counts. That's right.
Now that's precision.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to top it off with just a little bit more ice.
All
Make
right.
sure our garnish sticks there. Grab a little bit of an orange and a little bit of bacon. There we go.
The Colonel Clark.
The Colonel Clark.
Ryan, you mind if I sample?
Absolutely not.
So here it is, the Colonel Clark. Cheers. Absolutely fabulous. And of course, at the end, you have your bacon garnish to enjoy. I love it. What a great cocktail. Ryan,
Absolutely.
thank you so much
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
for inviting us behind the bar here at the Gander. Come see him. He's an excellent mixologist. Cheers.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wow, that is delicious.
Wow, Tim. Yeah, now, if I see that again, I have a feeling you're going to be wanting to take more field trips.
I do want to take more field trips. I'll tell you, that was a great cocktail, Kevin, and a couple of ingredients they used. First of all, when they talked about the infused bacon Old Forester, what they do is they actually take the fat renderings from the bacon, let it sit up with the Old Forester, and then they strain everything off, all the fat, and all that's left is the flavor of that infused bourbon, so of the bacon infused. And then they actually make their in-house bacon at the Gander, and then he said Dem syrup, which is a really kind of a simple syrup of Demerara sugar. It's kind of a more of a brown sugar with a little cinnamon. So it really is a nice cocktail.
Them syrups are good.
Dem syrups are good. Anyway, moving on, we have Chef Nick that's going to show us some crab cakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is another popular dish that you all have at the Gander.
Out at the Gander, you really get your money's worth with our crab cakes. The
Oh my-
secret to
look
an
at that.
excellent crab cake
Lots
is
of crab?
lots of crab. So first I'm going to start with some lump crab meat right into the bowl. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients. We have some mayonnaise right here.
Beautiful. That's going to be kind of a binding, help binder.
Yeah, so we're going to get some egg and then a little bit of mayo in there, which is made of egg and oil. And then we're going to add some breadcrumbs and let that all soak together.
Okay.
And once it does, it'll really stick nice. And then once it cooks, it'll come out and do a nice, beautiful cake. All right. So I have some cooked onions here as well. And you want to make sure that your onions are cooked before they go into the crab cake. Because if they don't, then by the time it comes out, those onions will still have a nice kind of crunch to them. So if you like it, you know, not bad. But I like to get a nice little caramelized flavor on my onions before
That's
I
a
put
good
them in.
secret to know. And
Yeah. All right. Add our panko breadcrumbs. Just a little bit, not too much. And then what really gives these a nice flavor is our 3 fresh herbs. We have fresh tarragon, fresh dill, and fresh chives. Now at home, if you don't want to use fresh, dry is perfectly fine. If you are using dry though, you want to use pretty much half of what you would use if you used fresh.
It's kind of a thing you use whatever you use fresh to dry. It's about half of each one. So
Why is that?
half to the dry because there's more concentrated in the dry.
Oh yeah, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking.
Tim knows the stuff.
You can tell the chef is up here, right? Like,
All right. And I'm going to do some fresh lemon juice. Go 1 lemon. It's about 1 ounce of juice right here.
Nice. Of course, crab and lemon, nice flavors.
Always go good together. And while we're on the lemons, I'm going to go ahead and use some of this bourbon smoked citrus pepper. It's going to play really nicely. It's got nice notes of orange peel and fennel. And it's really going to offset the herbs and the lemon that we put in our crab cakes.
Beautiful.
Excellent product.
That's going to be one of those things you're wondering what's in there. You know, it's like I taste something great, but I can't identify it.
we call them secrets.
And we just revealed them. Gee, that's the premise of the show, Kevin.
I love this
Look at
show.
you. You're right on it.
Been
Well, I
going
see
on
a
for
little bit
well
of
over a
it.
decade with
That's
this
right.
deal.
Get some Dijon
A
mustard.
little Dijon.
Yeah, love Dijon.
I do
like
too.
to put it in everything. All right, so now that I have everything in the bowl, I'm just gonna gently fold all the ingredients together just to keep that crab into nice lumps. And this is smaller lump. It comes from the smaller knuckle pieces and then also some body meat.
Oh, wow.
And then claw meat is great as well. I don't really think you can go wrong with any crab meat.
And like you said, you just gently folded that, so it's a nice consistency.
Yeah, so now that it's all folded together, you can still see that there's a lot of good chunks in there. And since we did put dry panko breadcrumbs in, we're gonna let this chill for 30 minutes before we patty it into cakes. Because if you don't, it'll still kind of fall apart. But if you give it that time, the breadcrumbs will soak up a lot of it and just hold it together really nicely.
Oh, what a great idea. So that goes into the refrigerator, 30 minutes, and then you're ready to make the patties.
So right here, I have some cakes
Beautiful.
that we already pattied out. And when searing these, you want to be real careful to make sure the pan's not too hot. Because if you do throw it in a very hot pan, then that panko on the outside is going to get really crispy really quick. And the last thing that we want to do is burn the crab cakes.
Oh, good to know.
So it looks like our pan is the perfect temperature.
Look at that perfectly. You get the nice little boil going around the...
How long does it take for them to cook?
So since we're going to keep the oil a little bit at a lower temperature, we're going to give it about 2 minutes on each side. And we're still going to finish it the same way that we finished the pork chops. So good, nice crust on one side, flip it over, and then let the oven do the work.
We're going to let these sear off. We're going to finish them up in the oven. When we come back, we're going to show you the final product. You're watching Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. We're cooking with Chef Nick Platt from Gander when we come back. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs. I'm Kevin Harned. We're standing alongside here my good friend, co-host Tim Laird, and Nick Platt, chef at Gander. Tim, we've learned the secret so far to this unbelievable pork chop with the chutney. We just put the crab cakes before the commercial break into the oven, and man, those look delicious too.
Unbelievable. And we're going to finish off with a little remoulade.
We are. Sounds good too.
All right.
Let's see how we do this, and we're going to wrap it up.
We have a remoulade, which is a French sauce that is kind of like tartar sauce. It's usually aioli or mayonnaise based. And then you add in a lot of fresh vegetables, some pickled ingredients. You can really add anything you want. It goes great with all seafood. All right. I got some roasted garlic right here.
Oh, that's interesting. So basically you roast it off the garlic and then chop it up, or actually put it in a blender or food processor?
Yeah, I actually process it beforehand and then just saute it in a little bit of cold butter.
Interesting,
Yeah.
because I've always done the other way around, where I've cooked off the garlic and then processed it.
That's a great way to do it.
But I've been doing it wrong. Hey,
It's just not the way they do it at the Gander.
I know who the real chef is. Oh, by
There's
the way,
no right and
yeah,
wrong
that's
as long
one
as it
way to
tastes
do it,
good.
Tim.
Note to self, backwards.
All right. I put some minced red onion in there. A little bit of raw horseradish.
Ooh, I like the horseradish.
And some chopped capers. A little bit of honey. And a lot of people like to put ketchup into their remoulade, and I like to put honey and roasted red pepper, so you kind of get that sweetness and the color and the really nice flavor. So we're gonna stick that in there.
Wow.
And finish it off with just a little bit of sriracha to give it a
little heat.
kick.
Little
Yeah.
kick.
Not too much. Our Cajun folks would love it.
I'll tell you, and like you said, you could use this for a lot of different seafood dishes as a little topper.
Oh, excellent, yeah. Fish sandwiches. It goes great with salmon, grouper, all of it. Now we can see it's nice and chunky.
Beautiful color, too. I like that.
Yeah. Coming from that roasted red pepper. All right. So, by this time, our crab cake should be done. Let's see if they're nice and golden brown.
This means we're one step closer to eating, Tim.
I know, I'm excited. This is great. Oh,
There they are.
look at those. Those are beautiful. I mean, I like the way the crust is, and they've kind of puffed up a little bit in the oven, and
Yeah, it's coming from that egg really cooking down in there, and they'll hold together real nicely. So I am going to take this remoulade right here. Just put some down on the plate.
wow, that's a treat in itself. Just
Yeah. Pretty much just need a cone of that.
We got a nice little scoop right here. I'm just going to spread it across the plate a little bit.
Nice.
And we're going to set these right in.
Look at that.
That looks so
And they're
good.
huge.
I know. Now that's the way
We
a
like
crab
to
cake
give you your
should
money's
be.
worth out,
Yeah.
Gander.
There it is.
Unbelievable.
Just a little bit.
Now, Chef, you guys are open
Wow.
for lunch and dinner, and I understand brunch. Tell us about your hours there.
Yeah, so we open up at 11 o'clock during the weekdays for lunch, and then we roll right into dinner. We offer the full menu the entire day. We close at 10 o'clock on the weekdays and 11 o'clock on the weekends. On Sundays, we are only open for brunch. We open up at 9 a.m. for a brunch buffet, and then we serve until 3 o'clock.
Excellent. Well, I think we'll all see you down there for sure. Chef, that was a great job today.
Very nice.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a
Showing us
pleasure
some
to
great
be here.
seafood.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. We hope our audience has enjoyed the show. For Tim Laird, I'm Kevin Harned. We'll see you next time on Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs.